Today our lesson is on solving equations when you have variables on both sides of the equal sign. Well, whenever you have variables on both sides of the equal sign, what you need to do is to get all the variable terms on one side. So here we have 7x on the left and we have 4x on the right. Now it doesn't matter which side you gather the x terms on, as long as they're all on the same side. So here I have a choice. I could either subtract 7x from both sides, or I could subtract 4x from both sides. Now I would choose to subtract 4x, because if I do that, I know that the coefficient, the number in front of the x, will end up being positive, because 7 is larger than 4. So I would choose to do this. I would go subtract 4x from both sides like that. When I do that, this is a positive 4x, and this is negative 4x, so those cancel out, and I'll end up with 0 plus 15, which is just 15. Then on the left-hand side, 7x subtract 4x equals 3x. And now I can finish solving for x by undoing the multiplication. I can divide both sides by 3. And we get x equals 5. Just like that. All right, here again we have variable on both sides. We have a 3x on the left side, we have a 5x on the right. Now I could subtract 5x from both sides, or I could subtract 3x from both sides. I will choose to subtract 3x because, again, I'd like to end up with a positive number in front of x. It's just easier. So if I subtract 3x from 3x, that becomes 0. And I have 4 remaining. And then here, 5x minus 3x equals positive 2x. And I still have a minus 2. All right, so now that my variable term's on one side, I'll isolate it. I'll add 2 to both sides. So 6 is equal to 2x. And now divide by 2. So we get 3 is equal to x, or x equals 3. Same thing. All right, so what do you think? Is this making sense? All right. Here we have variables on both sides again. However, before we can combine any like terms or before we can subtract a y from each side, we need to distribute. So we go 2 times y, and then 2 times 6. All right, I have a choice. I could subtract 3y from both sides or subtract 2y from both sides. I'm going to choose to subtract 2y so that I end up with a positive number in front of y. So 2y minus 2y is 0. That leaves 12 all alone on the left side. 3y minus 2y equals 1y. And I'm finished, because that's what I was looking for. I'm looking for the value of y that makes this statement true, makes the equation true. So y equals 12. Okay, why don't you go ahead and try this one and see how you do. And so pause the video and then restart it when you're ready. Welcome back from pausing the video. Okay, the first thing I would want to do here is distribute the 2 on the right side to get rid of that parenthesis. Okay, so that would give me negative 2 plus 2 times 1 is 2. And then 2 times negative b is negative 2b. And I still have all the terms on the left side. Okay, let's combine like terms. Here we have negative 5b and positive 2b. So that's going to equal a negative 3b. Right? Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. Then on the right side, I have negative 2 plus 2. Well, those cancel each other out. That's 0. So I'm left with negative 2b. All right, here I have a choice. I can gather the terms to one side either by adding 2b to both sides or adding 3b to both sides. I'm going to choose to add 3b because that will give me a positive coefficient in front of my variable. So negative 3b plus 3b is 0. That leaves 3 all alone on the left side. And then negative 2b plus 3b equals positive 1b. And I'm finished. I found the value of 1b. It's equal to 3. How'd you do? Okay, pause your video again, try this one, and then check your answer. Welcome back from pausing the video. Let's start by distributing 2. 2 times x equals 2x, and then 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, now let's look for like terms. Here we have positive 15 and negative 9 or minus 9. So that's going to give us 3x plus 6 on the left. And then we still have 2x plus 4 on the right. Okay, I have a choice. I could subtract 3x from both sides or subtract 2x from both sides. Which one do you think I'll do? Well, if you said subtract 2x, you'd be right. Because again, I like to end up with a positive coefficient. So that's going to give me 1x plus 6 on the left, and then 0 plus 4 on the right. Now I have one more step. I'm going to subtract 6. So I get x equals 4 minus 6 equals negative 2. All right, so how'd you do? Thanks for listening, and don't forget, read some books.